Good morning, guys. I didn't realize it was on then. I was walking around the room. I hope you're all well. Welcome to Tuesday morning yoga in my spare room. Today, well, this morning we're going to be working on quite a lot of side body stretches, side body strengthening. So we're going to be into the obliques with a couple of side planks, working the lats and the shoulders. So if you've been back at the gym and they're sore, this might feel quite good. And we're also going to be looking into the QL and the lower back as well. So if you get any lower back pain, there's a couple of stretches just to ease some tension around the lower back. Don't need anything, just your mats and yourselves. You don't even need a mat. And we're going to start in child's pose. So whenever you're ready, finding child's pose with the knees out wide, feet together, and chest comes down towards the ground. If your child's pose, you can place the blanket or the cushion just in between at the calves. The shins, the calves and the thighs, and that'll just ease off the stretch for the knees a little bit. If that's just not working, come and take a laying down position or a seat and cross legs instead. I'll get started in about 30 seconds. I'll just get set up and wait for people to arrive. I'm not sure if this stream is very good quality this morning. Okay, so the stream doesn't look amazing on my computer, but I'm not sure what you guys can see, so sorry if it's a bit blurry. So if you just put your YouTube on, we're going to start in child's pose. So taking the knees out wide, bringing the feet together, and bringing your chest down towards the ground. If that's uncomfortable, you can just start in a cross-leg position or start laying down instead. We're going to be working the side body this morning, so lots of side planks, getting into the lower back and the lats as well. So when you found your child's pose or your seated position, we'll just hold it here, getting ready, getting settled. Start with a couple of breaths, a couple of deep breaths in your child's pose. So full inhale in through the nose, full exhale out. Do that one more through the nose. Full exhale out. Just letting the body arrive on the mat. Just seeing if you can start to settle, see if you can start to let the body become a little bit heavier. So let the forehead become heavy, let the jaw relax, let the shoulders slide down away from the ears. And start to close the eyes if you haven't done already in this position. So we're going to spend a couple of minutes in our child's pose just to start to get into the shoulders, stretch the lower back a little bit here as well. So just start to bring your awareness to your breath here. Just starting to observe the breath moving around the body, just starting to notice the quality of the breath this morning. So just noticing, what does the length of the breath feel like? Does it feel quite long? Does it feel quite short, maybe quite snappy, quite rigid? Maybe it feels quite smooth and quite fluid already. And then in this position, we'll start to deepen our breath. So just starting to make those inhales a little bit fuller, a little bit longer, and starting to make those exhales a bit deeper. So starting to bring a little bit of control over the breath here. And just start to notice any sensations in the body here as you take this passive stretch. So maybe into the shoulders, maybe you can feel a slight stretch in the shoulders. You might be able to feel some sensations around the lower back here as well. And we'll take about 5 more deep breaths here. So full inhales in, full exhales out, just letting the body start to settle. If you have a dry breath and you'd like to cultivate your dry breath, then there's a slight constriction on the back of the throat. So we just start to deepen the breath a little bit. It makes it that audible breath. So it's called Victorious breath. It almost sounds like the ocean. And that just helps to activate that parasympathetic nervous system. So it just helps us to feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at ease. So really trying now just to smooth down the breath, getting the breath into the belly here as well. So full inhales in, draw the air into the belly, draw the air into the chest. And full exhales out, just letting all that breath flow back out of the body. Okay, so we'll take 2 more. And then from your child's pose, stay exactly as you are. Just come up high into the fingertips of both hands and start to walk forward. So you're starting to lift the forearms off the ground. From here, we'll start to walk both hands over to the left-hand side and then place the right hand on top of the left. This time bring the palms flat. So you want to be able to feel this stretch down the right side of the body. So think about trying to draw that right shoulder down, feeling that stretch maybe into the lats, maybe into the right shoulder, the muscles around the right shoulder, maybe into the lower back here as well. The more you walk those hands over to the left, the deeper that stretch is going to be. And then slowly from here, start to walk them all the way over to the right this time. So placing the left hand on top of the right, feeling that stretch down the left side of the body, trying to draw that left shoulder down. Just waking up those side body muscles. And then from here, taking your time to come all the way back to center, we will make our way into a tabletop position. So press the palms into the ground, bring yourself all the way up into your position. We're going to come into your puppy stretch again, just to get a little bit more into the shoulders. So just start to walk your hands forward, bringing your chest down towards the ground. Your chin or your forehead are just going to come down onto the mat. Don't worry if your chin or your forehead don't quite meet. It doesn't matter if you're just hovering your head off the ground here. Try and make this stretch passive, so you try not to hold any, try not to grip or try not to tense anywhere here. You're allowing the lower spine to arch, your chin and your forehead. Just want to press, gently rest down onto the ground. It's just a super passive chest stretch and shoulder stretch here. So letting that bum stick up into the air. Checking here that your bum is stacked over your knees. So it's very, very similar to our child's pose, but we just had our bum a little bit further forwards rather than sending it back towards our heels. We'll take a couple of breaths here, so see if you can tune back in with that breath. Full inhales, full exhales, breathing in, breathing out. Just letting the body settle into this puppy stretch, this shoulder stretch. And then from here, press the hands down into the ground, start to straighten the arms. Walk your hands back towards you, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, coming into a tabletop position. We'll press the hands into the ground, find the roundness between the shoulder blades in a cat position. So we're just stretching the shoulders, stretching the spine. Really press those hands down, draw the belly button back towards the spine. Taking an inhale here, drop the belly down, push the sit bones up and lift the chest up, finding your cow position. So just getting into that spinal flexion here. On your next exhale, press the hands into the ground, finding that roundness. Let the head be heavy. Really draw between the shoulder blades, so you're spreading those shoulder blades wide. Inhale, belly drops down, sit bones lift, chest moves forward, looking forward. And as you exhale, finding that cat position one last time, press the hands down, let the shoulders round, tuck the tailbone under, and just let the head be heavy. Making your way into a neutral spine, we're going to take a couple of lat stretches here. So keep the hands as they are. We're just going to start to lift our left arm out in front. So the baby pinky, the little finger side of the left hand wants to be facing down towards the mat. From here, start to sweep your left hand over to the right hand side. So you're reaching towards the right. I'll do it this way first. And then the left fingertip is going to come down to the mat. Reach over to the right diagonal, and you're aiming to bring either your left ear or your head, so you've got a different angle. So you're reaching that left hand over to the right, and at the same time you're trying to pull your right hip over to the right hand side here as well. If you need a little bit of a deeper stretch, press the right fingertips into the ground and imagine you're trying to twist your chest up towards the ceiling. We'll take a couple of deep breaths here. So full inhales in, full exhales out. the more you imagine that you're trying to lengthen that left side body, the more you're going to get into this stretch. Try and keep the left forearm off the ground here, so you're really pulling the left hip back, reaching the left fingertips forward. Taking one more full inhale. And as you exhale, making your way into your tabletop position, coming back to center. We'll do that to the opposite side. So we'll start by reaching the right hand forwards and then take it over to the left hand side. The pinky finger side of the right hand. You're aiming to bring your right ear or your head down towards the mat, keeping that forearm lifted. Do not worry if the head doesn't meet the ground. You can keep it hovered here as well. So imagine you're trying to reach those right fingertips over to the left, and at the same time you're pulling the right hip back, pulling the left hip forward. That's going to get into that side body. There's the option here to come onto the left fingertips and just start to twist the chest up towards the ceiling a little bit more. See if you can slow that breath down. Finding those inhales, those exhales, using that breath to make the stretch feel a little bit less intense. Softening into the side body, the right side of the body here. And then from here, slowly start to make your way back to a tabletop position, bringing both hands directly underneath the shoulders. The toes tuck under, we send our hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog. Just take a couple of movements in this first one. So taking any movement that feels good, anything goes here, bending the knees, pedal the legs, shake the head, nod the head, circle the ankles, circle the wrists. Just feeling into where the body feels tight. If it feels tight anywhere, taking any movements at all. And then when you're ready, we'll start to find stillness. So just checking that the feet here are hip width apart, and that the hands are shoulder width apart, and that all 10 fingers are spreading wide. Start to walk your hands to the back of the mat. So you're bringing your hands towards your feet. Bend the knees quite a lot here, and we'll just hang out in our ragdoll position. So let the head be completely heavy. Bend the knees so that the chest is coming down towards the thighs. And there's the option here to take hold of opposite elbow. We're going to start to slowly rock from side to side. So when you come to the left, think about bending your right knee. And when you come to the right, try and bend your left knee. This is going to help you get into that side body a little bit more here. So we're going to be working into that QL here. So if it feels intense, if it feels uncomfortable, bend the knees a little bit more. But this is going to just help to relax that lower spine, just ease off some tension from that lower back here. So we're not holding on. You should feel a slight stretch in the back of the legs as well. Head is completely heavy. Just take a couple more rocks from left to right, and then we will start to come back to the center. Drop the hands down, let the head be heavy, bend the knees quite a lot. Start to roll up one vertebra at a time, so keep the head heavy right up until the last moment, and then we'll all come to a standing position, rolling up one vertebra at a time. When you get to the top of the mat, take an inhale, bring the hands up overhead. I realize you can't see me, so I'm going to come onto my knees. Your left hand is going to catch hold of your right wrist. Take an inhale and reach that right arm up high. And as you exhale, start to reach the right arm all the way over to the left. Keeping the pressure equal in both feet. Inhale, come back to the center. As you exhale, right hand catches hold of left wrist. Inhale to the left, and as you exhale, reaching that left arm all the way over to the right hand side. Inhale here, both arms lift up, staying standing. I'm just coming onto my knees to demonstrate. As you exhale, we'll bring our right arm in front, take our left arm back. So coming into this supine, we're coming into this spinal twist. Make sure here that your hips are square. So you don't want to let that left hip track back. You want to keep both hips square here. There's the option to stay here or bring the left hand to the very back of the lower spine, very base of the lower spine, or hook it around a little bit more, catching hold of your right hip or your right thigh, taking your gaze towards the left shoulder. We'll take one more full inhale here. One more full exhale. And then as you inhale, unbind that left hand up overhead. And as you exhale, we'll take it the other direction. So the right hand comes back, the left hand comes forward. Again, checking that you've got those square hips here. So the hips do not want to move around. There's the option to stay here or bring that right palm back of the lower spine or hook it around, catching hold of the left hip, left thigh, maybe taking your gaze over towards the right shoulder. Really lengthening up through the spine. Keep the core engaged here, so draw the belly button back towards the spine. With an inhale, we reach both hands up overhead, coming all the way back up to standing. As you exhale, forward fold, bring the hands all the way down to that to walk out, finding your plank position. When you get into your plank position, drop down onto your forearms. Holding it here in your forearm plank. We're going to get into the side planks here. So drop both heels over to the right hand side. Start to lift your left arm up overhead. Really lift up those hips. Reach your left arm up to the sky. And then from here, start to bring that left arm up overhead. So you're getting a stretch all the way down the left side of the body here. Keep lifting up those hips. Reach those fingertips over, up and overhead. So you're trying to bring your bicep towards your ears. Breathe. Taking one more full inhale. And as you exhale, both forearms come back down to the ground. We'll swap sides. Drop the heels over to the left. Reach the right arm up high. Keep lifting up those hips. And then from here, the right arm comes up overhead. Getting that stretch all down the right side of the body. Lift up those hips a little bit more. Keep breathing, holding it here for 3, 2, and 1. Bring both forearms back down to the ground. Drop the knees down. Untuck the toes. Inhale, chest lifts, find that Sphinx position. So really draw the shoulders down here. As you exhale, the hands come underneath the shoulders. We tuck the toes, either keeping the knees down or lifting up the knees. Press up into a plank position, and then send your hips up and back, finding your downward facing dog. Holding it here in your downward dog. So we're going to get into the side body again here. Coming up high onto both tiptoes, and then drop both heels over to the right hand side. Start to bend into your right knee. Straightening and pressing that left foot down to the ground if you can. Once you've got that bend in the right knee, option to come up high into the left fingertips and then try and twist your gaze towards your left armpit. So you should feel straight away that stretch turning on down the left side of the body here. The right hand might be slipping. If it is, you can drop down onto that right forearm. It will make it a little bit more intense. Start to make your way back to your downward facing dog, coming up high onto both tiptoes, and then we'll drop both heels over to the left-hand side this time. Bending into the left knee, coming up high onto the right fingertips with the right hand, and then twisting your gaze towards the right armpit. Keep pushing keep pushing your bum up towards the sky here, so keeping that length in the spine as you twist. Keep breathing, and then from here, finding your normal downward facing dog. On an inhale, ripple your weight forwards, coming into a plank position, and then drop down onto your forearms, coming back into a forearm plank. We're going to come back into that side plank here. Drop both heels over to the right-hand side. Lift the left arm up, then take that left arm up overhead. Get that stretch all the way down the left side of the body. Okay, from here, bring the left arm back up so it's in line with your shoulder. We're going to start to take a couple of dips with the right hip. It's up to you whether you stay on your right forearm or, to make it a little bit harder, come up high, making a straight right arm here. Take an inhale, lift the hips up higher, and as you exhale, start to dip the hips down to the ground. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, start to dip those hips down to the ground. Inhale to come up. We've got 2 more. We exhale to drive those hips down. Inhale to come up. Last one, exhale, take those hips down. Inhale, coming all the way up, finding a plank position, and then we'll swap sides, drop the heels over to the left, reach the right arm up high, and before we do this, we're going to take that side stretch, really reaching that right arm up overhead, pressing down through both feet. From here, start to bring that right arm up, so it's in line with the shoulder. We take an inhale here. As you exhale, start to dip the hips down towards the mat. Inhale to lift. Last 3, we exhale, take the hips down. Inhale to lift. Last 2, exhale, drop those hips down. Inhale to lift. Last 1, exhale, hips come down to the ground. Inhale, lift those hips up high. Exhale, spin around, find your plank position. We're going to drop both knees down, untuck the toes. Inhale to lift up the chest. Finding your Sphinx position. As you exhale, chest comes down to the ground, hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, send your hips up and back, finding your plank position, and then send your hips back to your downward dog. We'll hold it here in our downward dog. So if you'd like to take a child's pose instead, you're more than welcome. We've got 3 breaths in our downward facing dog or our child's pose. If you are in your downward dog, spread all 10 fingers wide, making sure you're not gripping the mat. Straightening your lower spine, so try not to bend into the back here. If you were in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. Looking in between the hands, bend the knees, and just start to walk both feet towards the hands at the front of the mat. Try and keep your feet down, try and keep your hands down for as long as you can. When you get there, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing, hands go up overhead. As you exhale, going straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant both hands down onto the ground, bend the knees, and step the right foot back into a lunge position, dropping that right knee down. Inhale, both hands come up overhead. Hold of the left hand, the right wrist. Sorry, we'll catch hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale to reach that right arm up, and as you exhale, just start to reach that right arm over towards the left-hand side. So just checking your alignment of your lunge here. You want to make sure that your glutes are engaged, so you're not pushing the bum back, you're tucking the sit bones under. And to get a stretch into the right thigh, the right psoas, just start to bend a little bit deeper into that left knee. You're more than welcome to stay here with this side stretch or make it a little bit deeper, bringing the left fingertips down towards the ground. Depending on your mobility, you might be able to reach the ground with that left hand. If not, do not worry. Also depends on the length of the limbs. We'll take one more full inhale here. And as you exhale, come all the way up to the center, hands come up overhead. This time, right hand catches hold of the left wrist. Inhale to reach that left arm up. And as you exhale, start to reach over to the right hand side. Option to stay here. Or start to bring the right fingertips down to the right hand side, lengthening down that left side body. Inhale, both hands come up high. As you press through the left heel, send your hips back, finding your half split hamstring stretch. So you might need to adjust here. You want to make sure you've got your right hip stacked over your right knee, and you might want to keep a slight bend into that left knee here. So it's going to be quite an intense stretch to the back of the left leg. When you found your setup, take an inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards, and as you exhale, just start to deepen that stretch into the left leg. We'll do 3 of those. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to stretch. Last 2, inhale to lengthen. Exhale to stretch. Last one here, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, stretching the back of that left leg. This time as you inhale, bending into the left knee, finding a low lunge position, both hands in the left foot, tuck the right toes, lift up your right knee. From here, we're going to press into the left foot, find your core strength, and bring the arms out so they're in a T position. If you've got the space, you want to bring those arms out to the side. So they're in like an aeroplane position. If there's not enough space, just keep the hands onto the hips here. Take an inhale, bring your right hand down to your left ankle, and then reach the left arm up. As you exhale, bring the left hand down, reach the right arm up. Inhale, right hand to left ankle, left arm lifts. Exhale, left hand to left ankle, right arm lifts. We've got 2 more. Inhale, right hand to left ankle, left arm lifts. Last one here. Exhale, left hand to left ankle, right hand lifts. Start to find center, so bringing both arms out to a T. Take all of the weight to that left leg. We're going to lift up and off, finding warrior 3, keeping those arms wide. Again, if there's not the space, just keep the hands on the hips. Flex the right foot, make sure those hips are square. The left leg can stay bent here. Find something to look at that's not moving. With an inhale, we're going to sweep that right knee up to our chest. Keep those arms out. Option 1, stay here, just work with the balance. Option 2, left hand comes onto the outside of the right knee, and we twist our right arm to the back of the room. If you want to test your balance, just take your gaze towards the right fingertips here. Really focus, keep breathing. Holding it here for 3, 2, and 1. Make your way back into your warrior 3. Arms come out to a T. We're gonna, with control, drop that right foot down, dropping those right tiptoes down. Take an inhale, hands come up overhead. And as you exhale, we're gonna reach both hands over to the left-hand side. So there's the option here. Try not to have the hands together here. We're reaching both arms over to the left, feeling that stretch into the right thigh. That right, that's going to intensify that psoas stretch. Inhale, come back to the center. As you exhale, take both arms over to the right-hand side. Keep squeezing the right glute. Inhale, coming all the way up to the center. As you exhale, we're going to drop our right heel down, open up the arms, finding warrior two. So just get in your warrior two. Keep bending into that left knee. The right leg is straight, the left leg is bent. Taking your gaze over your left fingertips. With an inhale, straighten the left leg, bring the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, opening up, warrior two. Inhale, coming up, straighten left leg, bring the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, warrior two. From here, take an inhale, flip the left hand, reach that left hand forward. And as you exhale, reverse the warrior. Right hand comes down that right leg, left arm comes up and over. From here, we'll bring our left forearm to our left thigh, reach the right arm up overhead, Parsvakonasana. Exhale, look down to the left foot, inhale, warrior two. As you exhale, reverse, right hand to right leg, left arm comes up and over. Inhale, find your warrior two. Last time as you exhale, left arm to left thigh, right arm comes all the way up and over. Exhale from in your left leg. With an inhale, reach the left hand forward, tilt from the left hip, the left forearm comes to left thigh, and we'll reach that right arm up overhead. Finding Trikonasana, holding it here. So keep squeezing the glutes, tuck the sit bones under. Keep breathing here, shoulders are relaxed. As you exhale, look down to your left foot. Inhale, coming all the way up to your straight leg warrior. As you exhale, right hand comes down the left leg, lifting that left arm up and over. Reverse Trikonasana. Inhale, coming all the way back to the center, bend your left knee, finding warrior two. Hands come onto the hips, and we'll just pivot around, so we're finding our high lunge position. From here, slowly with control, start to drop the right knee down to the ground. Right hand comes flat to the mat. With an inhale, we lift our left arm up, finding our twisted lunge. So there's the option to stay here, or we're going to make this into a bit more of a right psoas stretch, bending your right knee, catching hold of the right foot with the left hand behind the back. Don't worry if you can't quite reach that leg. If you've got a strap, you can use a strap. If not, you can hold on to your trousers or your leggings, anything that you can reach here just to help you get into that stretch. So keep breathing, keep trying to twist your chest up towards the sky. Right glute is engaged, the spine is long, and we are breathing. Taking one more full inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly start to release that right foot down into your downward dog. There is the option if you'd like to move through vinyasa. If you are coming through vinyasa, make your way to your plank. Inhale into your plank. As you exhale, hips and chest lower down to the ground. We untuck the toes. Inhale to lift up the chest. Exhale, chest comes all the way back down to the ground, finding your way up and back into either your either your downward dog or your child's pose, and we'll take 5 breaths with whichever variation you are going with. If you need to grab a drink, grab a drink. Taking 2 more deep breaths here. And then if you were in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. Start to walk both feet towards the front of the mat. So just looking in between your hands as you walk those feet to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing, hands come up overhead. Exhale, we're going straight back down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place both hands down to the ground. This time take a long lunge back with the left leg. Drop the left knee down. As you inhale, both hands come up. Here, we're going to catch hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Take an inhale to lift that left arm up, and as you exhale, start to reach over to the right-hand side. So making sure here, those glutes are engaged, sit bones are tucked under, and we're just starting to bend into that right knee. There is the option from here to start to bring the right fingertips down towards the ground. Do not, if they don't quite meet, we're just getting this stretch down the left side of the body. On your next inhale, both hands go up overhead. We'll catch hold of our right wrist with our left hand. Inhale to lift that right arm up, and as you exhale, start to reach over to the left-hand side. Again, there's the option to stay here or bring the fingertips down to the mat. If you can reach, do not worry if not. Taking one more full inhale here. Keep bending into that right knee. Coming all the way up to the center, hands come up overhead. Inhale. As you exhale, press your right heel into the ground. Send the arms, hamstring stretch. So you might need to adjust here so that your hips are stacked over your left knee. The right foot is flexed and maybe keeping a slight bend in that right knee here. With an inhale, lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, deepen in the fold. We've got 3 of those. We inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Last 2. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. One more here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. As you inhale, start to make your way into a lunge position. So both hands frame the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift up that left knee. Belly button draws back towards the spine. We're going to bring those arms out into that windmill aeroplane position. So both arms out to the side. And if there's not the room, don't worry, just keep the hands onto the hips. As you inhale, drop your left hand down towards your right ankle. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, switch sides. Right hand comes down, left arm lifts. Inhale, left arm comes down, right arm lifts. Exhale, right hand comes down, left hand lifts. Last time here, inhale, left hand to right ankle, right arm lifts. Exhale, right hand to right ankle, left hand lifts. From here, bring both arms out to a T. Take all of the weight into that right leg. We're going to transfer and lift up and off into our warrior 3, finding the balance, keeping those arms out to the side. Flex the left foot, maybe keeping a micro bend into the right knee here. Finding the balance. Find something to focus on. Keep it out with an inhale. Draw your left knee towards your chest. Either hold it here and just play around with the balance, or right hand comes onto the outside of the left leg, and then we'll take that left arm to the back of the mat. There is the option here to take the gaze towards the left fingertips as well, just to test that balance. Wobbles are good. Slowly start to untwist, bring those arms back out to a T with control. We will drop that left foot behind us in a high lunge position. Take an inhale, both hands lift. As you exhale, just wave the hands over to the left-hand side. So the hands are not interlaced, we're just reaching towards the left-hand side. Keep pulling the left hip forward here. Making your way back to the center, take it all the way over to the right. Using that core strength, getting that stretch down the left side of the body. Inhale, both hands come up high. As you exhale, drop the left heel down. Find your way into warrior 2. So just checking here. The right heel is in line with the left toes. Arms are out to a T, bending into the right knee. Inhale, straighten both arms. Lift, straighten the right leg. As you exhale, bending into that right knee, both arms come out to a T. We've got one more of those. Inhale, so lift the arms, straighten the right leg. Exhale, warrior 2. With an inhale, flip your right palm, reach the right hand forward, and as you exhale, reverse the warrior, right hand comes up overhead. Inhale, warrior 2. Inhale, right forearm to right side, left arm and overhead. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale to reverse the warrior. Last time here, we inhale into warrior 2. Exhale, Parsvakonasana, right hand, right thigh, left arm comes up overhead. And here, as you inhale, coming all the way back up, warrior 2, straighten the right leg, take an inhale, tilt from the right hip, reach the right hand forward. And as you exhale, right hand comes to right thigh or right shin. The left arm comes up overhead. Finding Utthita Trikonasana. Keep squeezing the thighs here. Tucking the sit bones under. Both legs want to be straight as you can, but you can keep a bend, micro bend in that right knee here. Tucking the sit bones under, getting that stretch down the left side of the body. As you exhale, look down to the right foot, take an inhale, coming all the way up through center. And as you exhale, reverse Trikonasana, right hand comes up overhead. Inhale, coming all the way back to the center, bend the right knee, finding warrior two. Hands come onto the hips, we'll just pivot around, finding a lunge position. And then slowly with control, start to drop that left knee down to the ground. Left hand comes onto the mat, take an inhale to reach the right arm up, finding a twisted lunge. Option one to stay here. Option two, start to bend your left knee, catching hold of the catching hold of the left foot behind your back with the right hand. If you can't quite reach, don't worry. You don't have to go into this stretch. You can just stay in your twisted lunge, or you can grab a strap or grab a piece of clothing, anything that you can reach just to help you get into that stretch here. Start to twist the chest up towards the sky a little bit more. We'll take one more full cycle of breath here. And then slowly as you exhale, start to release that left foot down. We'll frame our right foot with both hands, tuck the left toes, lift up the left knee, and then step back into your downward dog or your child's pose. If you'd like to work through vinyasa, feel free to move through vinyasa on time, working with your breath. And then we'll all meet either in a child's pose or in a downward facing dog. Grab a drink if you need to grab a drink. We're nearly done. We've just got one more sequence to do. It's a mini one. And then we can chill. Okay. So if you are in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. With an inhale, our right leg lifts. Point the right toes, get that right leg up as high as you can, and then start to bend the right knee and squeeze the right heel towards your right glute. From here, come up high into the right fingertips and start to walk your right hand forward, twisting your gaze towards the right shoulder. This is going to bring that stretch into the right side of the body. Start to square off the hips, drop the right palm down, straighten out the right leg. As you inhale, front of the mat, finding your lunge position. Keep that left knee lifted. We're going to come straight into that airplane lunge. So bring both arms out to a T. Transferring all the way into your warrior three. Lifting up and off, lifting up that left leg. Maybe keeping a micro bend in the right knee here. As you inhale, sweep your left knee towards your chest. Finding your balance, option to stay here. Or if you like to twist, right hand comes onto the outside of the left leg, left hand comes back. If you want a little bit more, right hand comes onto the outside of the left foot, and maybe start to extend that left leg forward, keeping the length in the spine here. Have a play around. If you fall, don't worry. If you have that left leg extended, start to make your way back into this bent knee variation. Bring both arms out to a T position, so you're finding your turbo lunge, aeroplane lunge. We are going to step our left foot all the way back to a high lunge position. Take an inhale here, both from up overhead, and as you exhale, reverse twist. Right hand comes back, left hand comes forward. So you're twisting towards the right leg. Option to stay here, or bring the right hand onto the back of the left leg, lifting that left arm up high. Inhale, finding your twist position. We'll transfer into our warrior two, so right front. Left hand comes back, drop your left heel down, warrior two. Inhale, both hands lift. Exhale, warrior two. Stay here. As you inhale, flip the right hand, reach the right hand forward. And as you exhale, find reverse warrior. Right arm comes up overhead. Inhale, coming back to warrior two. Right forearm comes to right thigh. Lift the left arm up overhead and then we'll hold it here. So really focus on lengthening all down the left side of the body here. Option one is to stay as you are, or option two, bring the right elbow onto the inside of your right thigh. Really press that right elbow into your leg. Keep your right palm facing up. and really think about extending that left arm up overhead. That is going to get this really good stretch all down the outside of the left foot through to the left fingertips. Keep breathing, twist the chest up to the sky, hold it here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale up down to the right foot. Inhale, finding your warrior 2. From here, start to straighten your right leg. Reach the right hand forward, tilt on the right hip. Trikonasana, only for a short while. And then we'll all make our way back up to the center, reverse Trikonasana. Right hand comes up overhead. From here, bring the hands out to a T. Turn your toes out. And make sure here that the feet are as wide as your wrists. Inhale, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, start to bend into the right knee, chest lifts. Flex the left foot, bring the palms to the heart center. Skandasana. Inhale, coming up to center. Exhale, squat down to the left, bend the left knee, keep the chest lifted. Last 2, inhale, coming up to the center. Exhale, squat down to the right. Last one here, inhale, coming up through center. As you exhale, take it down to the left-hand side. I like this one more. We need to be on the right. We inhale, coming up through center. As you exhale, take it down to the right-hand side. Hold it here. This is a bit of a funky transition. If you've got super flexible hips, this will be easy. If not, you might just need to work around it. So we're going to bring our bum all the way down to the ground. Finding a left leg out long, right knee is there. Don't worry if that did not make sense. If you need to just maneuver in a different way to get yourself here, then please do so. So you should have your right knee bent, right foot just onto the inside of the left leg is out long. Flex the left foot. Place your left hand onto the right thigh, and then use that left hand to anchor that right sit bone down. With an inhale, we reach up our right hand, and as you exhale, start to reach that right arm all the way over the left foot. You might be able to reach the left foot here. If you can, try and twist the chest up to the sky. Don't worry if there's nowhere near. Mine definitely isn't. So what you can just think about here is reaching the right arm up and over, getting this stretch into the QL, the lower back, the lats all down the right side of the body here. Keep breathing. We'll hold here for another 2 deep breaths. Okay, from here, start to make your way back to the center, coming up to an upright position. We're going to make our way back into a downward facing dog. Both hands, the left foot spins around, and then we'll press down and our hips up and back. Downward facing dog, holding it here. If you want to move through vinyasa, feel free to move through vinyasa. If not, just chill out here in your downward dog or your child's pose. Completely up to you. And then we've just got one more side left to do. And then we are done. So see if you can tune back in with the breath here. Full inhales in, full out. If you were in your child's pose, make your way up and back into your downward facing dog. With an inhale, lift up the left leg, point the left toes. Start to bend your left knee, squeeze your left heel towards your glutes. And then from here, coming up high into the left fingertips. Twisting your chest, twisting your gaze towards your left armpit. So you should feel this stretch on the left side of the body. Start to drop that left palm down, square off the hips, lift up the left leg. With an inhale, swing the left foot through to replace the left hand at the front of the draws back to spine, and then we'll make our way back into that aeroplane lunge. So both arms come out to a T. From here, taking all of your weight into your warrior 3, right leg lifts, holding it here, finding that balance. Flex the right foot, bend the left knee, maybe a tiny bit, squaring off the hips. From here, as you inhale, sweep your right knee all the way up towards your chest. Option 1 to hold it here, or left hand comes onto the outside of the right knee, right arm extends back. Another option if you want to challenge, place the left hand onto the right foot, and then maybe just start to extend that right leg out whilst you take that right arm back. We'll hold it here for another 3 to a T. With control, stepping back through warrior three, finding a lunge position. With an inhale, both hands come up overhead, and as you exhale, we'll twist towards the left-hand side, finding awkward twists. Option to stay here, keep a little bend in the right knee, or left hand comes to right side, right arm comes up overhead, so finding that reverse twist. Inhale, twisting towards the left leg, moving into warrior three, so left hand comes in front, right hand comes behind. We drop our right heel down, finding warrior two. Inhale, straighten left leg, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, flip the left hand, reach the left hand forward. Exhale, reverse warrior. Left arm comes up overhead. Inhale, going back through center, and as you exhale, left hand comes to left thigh, right arm comes up overhead, holding it here in Padmasana. So option one, stay as you are. Option two, left forearm, left elbow comes onto the inside of that left leg, palm faces up, and we get this deeper stretch down the right side of the body here. Really focus on pressing the outside edge of that right foot down, reaching that right arm over the fingertips. Holding it here for another 3, 2, and 1. Exhale down to your left, coming all the way up to warrior two. Straighten the right leg with an inhale. We reach our left hand forward, finding Trikonasana, left hand to left thigh or left shin. Right arm comes up overhead. Holding it here, not for too long. As you inhale, coming all the way back to the center. Exhale to reverse. Right hand down the left leg. Inhale, coming all the way back to the center. And then we'll take both toes out to the side. Time for Skandasana, last time. Inhale, heel lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bend into the right knee, both palms come to the chest. Lift up the chest, push the bum back. Inhale, coming through, both hands out to the side. Exhale, squat down to that left leg. Flex the left foot, right. Lift chest up. Last two, inhale, coming out to a T. Exhale, Skandasana. Last one here, we inhale, coming all the way up to the center. Exhale, squat down to that left leg, lift up the chest, push the bum back. We've got that transition here. If you're super flexible, you'll find this easy. Bringing your bum all the way down to the ground. Bringing that left foot onto the inside of the right thigh and extending that right leg out long. Don't worry if you need to into this position in another way, that's absolutely fine. So we've got the same stretch on this side this time. Place the right hand onto the left hip, just anchor that left hip down. With an inhale, lift up the left hand, keep flexing the right toes. We're going to start to reach that left arm all the way over to the right hand side. Just getting that stretch into the lower back on the left side, maybe into those lats. If you can reach that right foot, go for it. But don't worry if not. Holding it here, keep breathing. Really slowing that breath down. On your next inhale, make your way all the way up. Your next inhale, make your way all the way up to the center. We'll transition into our downward facing dog. So both hands frame the left leg, tucking the right toes under, swing around, send your hips up and back. Finding your downward dog. We'll take 2 deep breaths in our downward facing dog. And then we will drop both knees out to the side. Feet come together, push the bum back. Finding child's pose. So we will finish with the stretches that we started with. So our first stretch, just start to take both hands over to the right hand side. Right palm presses down onto the left. Just deepening that stretch. The left side of the body. Just finding stillness here. And then from here, just start to walk both hands over to the left hand side. This time right hand presses onto the left. Back to the center. Taking your time to bring both hands back towards your legs. Swing both legs off to the side. And we'll come and lay down on our back. So placing the soles of the feet flat to the ground. Arms reach alongside the legs, lowering down slowly one vertebra at a time. So taking your time to arrive on your spines. We'll finish with a couple of supine twists, just some very small, passive side body stretches. So bring both knees into the chest to give yourself a hug. From here, you might need to put your feet back down. We're just going to shuffle the hips over to the right slightly. Keep those knees into the chest when you can, and then drop both knees over to the left-hand side. So this is going to bring a final stretch into the spine. If you want to make it a bit more intense, cross the right leg over the left, and then let both knees draw back down towards the ground. If you've got this, take the right arm out to a T. Just take the gaze over the right shoulder. Start to let both shoulders relax here. Maybe close the eyes. We'll start to take a couple of deep breaths here. So full inhale in. Full exhale out. Just letting the body start to become heavy again. Time to come all the way back to the center. Draw the knees into the chest, or shuffle the hips over to the left. So you might just need to place the tiptoes down, shuffle the hips to the left a tiny bit. Both knees come back into the chest, and then we'll drop the knees over to the right hand side this time. Again, there is the option to cross left leg over right if you'd like to here, just to get that deeper stretch. Option to bring the left arm out to a T if you've got the room in the room, if you've got the space in the room, if you've got the room in your body as well. And then again, start to let the shoulders become heavy, shoulders are soft. Maybe taking your gaze to the left fingertips. Closing the eyes. Letting them slow right back down here. Taking your time to come all the way back to the center. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug one last time. And then we'll make our way into Shavasana. So either taking the legs out long and have the hands down by the side of the body if that feels comfortable. If not, have the knees bent and just let the legs collapse in towards each other. Or you can come and take a seat and finish in a cross-leg position. We'll take about 3 or 4 minutes in our Shavasana, so if you want to, feel free to do so. If you're staying here, take a full inhale in through the nose. Full exhale out through the mouth. Do that one more time. Full inhale in through the nose. Full exhale out. Closing the eyes. And just starting to let the body settle. Finding stillness, finding heaviness for this next couple of minutes. Letting go of it anywhere that feels like it's gripping. Just finding softness in the body. Whenever you're ready to start to bring your awareness back to your body, into the space that you're in, just starting to wake up the body. So make any macro movement, maybe rock the head from left to right, maybe circle the ankles, circle the wrists, wiggle fingers, wiggle toes. Start to make those movements a little bit bigger, bringing the hands up overhead, taking a long pencil to make yourself as long as you can. Draw the knees into the chest, give yourself a hug, and then rock onto either your left side or your right side, finding a fetal position. And then whenever you are there, take your time to come up to a comfortable seat, trying to keep the eyes closed or the gaze lowered. Sitting cross legs or sitting on the knees, bringing the palms together at the heart center. Bow your chin down to your chest. Thank yourself for taking an hour out of your Tuesday morning to show up and practice. I hope you have a wonderful rest of Tuesday. Namaste. Thank you so much. Let me know if you've got any questions. I'll see you next week.